Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is breakfast time. I'm only going to make a half a pot of coffee. Or not quite a half a pot. Because I don't like to drink a whole pot every day. So I only make what I think I'm going to drink. I spilled water everywhere. A lot of times I think I've only got one filter and I end up with two, just like now. There's not an easy way to get them apart sometimes. I could have swore that was two. It may not be. Oh well. If it was two, it's two in there. I got my Folgers coffee this morning. And I got some of, it's just regular pork sausage. I'm going to cook about a third of it. Got to get my container to put my sausage in. I mean, you can put it in a baggie because I'm not cooking a whole pound of sausage. Or just like that to put it back in the refrigerator. Sometimes I put it in baggies, sometimes I just put it in a container. Put it right there in my pan. Get my pan turned on. And I know usually I break it up with my hands. I just decided to do it this way this morning. If you take a wooden spoon, you can break up your meat, your ground beef or your pork sausage or any kind of ground meat a lot easier. Because it doesn't bend like the plastic spoons and spatulas do. Now this is a meal that I don't mind eating anytime during the day. Whether it be day, night, morning, lunch, breakfast. Yeah, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. It goes good with any meal. Gotta have my meal. Got a few coffee grounds up there. I've been watching some of the news broadcast on the Tsunami, how it's hit Hawaii. It hasn't done much damage, but they have had a little bit of flooding in Hawaii. Some of the hotels that are on close to the water line had several of their ground floor rooms flooded. But it hasn't been devastating yet, and hopefully it doesn't. Because they claim sometimes that the worst wave is not necessarily the first one. It could be the second or third. So let's hope it doesn't get any worse for anybody, even Hawaii. Still parts of California are under a warning. They had warnings out for the whole West Coast, basically. But this is a really easy breakfast. There was only one year that my hometown flooded, and the water came up probably a foot or 2 foot. Because I know we've had a little porch on the front, to the front door. Basically a big wide step, but it was a little porch. It was probably like 6 by 6 foot concrete step. And then our front door was about 6 inches higher than that. And during one of the hurricanes, I think it was Hazel, I'm not going to swear to it, but it was many, many years ago. I was still probably 8, 9, 10 years old, something like that. And we were up at our grandmother's house when the hurricanes first hit, and it started raining real hard. And then it got so bad, my dad decided, well, we're going to leave there and go back to our house, which was 3 miles away. And it was raining so hard, my dad had to literally roll the windows down, or his window down, and put his head out the window to be able to see where the middle of the road was, because the water was so deep on the road you couldn't see the white line looking through the windshield. It was raining so hard. And we got to our house, we managed to get up in the driveway, in the front yard, and I remember when we got out of the car, the water was above my knees, y'all. We walked from the car to that little front porch stoop, and the water was probably right up to my knees. And it was right to the top of that little patio porch. Thank goodness it did not get any deeper than that, because it had about 6 more inches higher to go to actually flood the floor of the house. I mean, you could go in the house and look out, even though it was dark, and it looked like the house was sitting in a lake. But you know, by the next morning, every bit of that water was gone. And that's the only time I've ever known it to flood in my town, my hometown where I'm from. And like I said, since I've been living in Texas, all but about probably 8 months I've lived here. So I've never had flooding here. I'm too high up. That's one reason I'd like to stay where I'm at. Now, let me get a little bit of flour. Because we're going to make ourselves some milk gravy. Put just a couple of tablespoons of flour. And since that sausage is not greasy, I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil in there so I can brown that flour a little bit. I like to scrape all of that stuff out of the bottom. All of the brown. Because this wooden spoon is not going to hurt this pan. I think my milk froze. It did. You ever had a can of milk in your freezer, your refrigerator, and it freezes? It's not completely froze, but there is ice in there. And I add water to mine because that turns it into like a low-fat milk. I mean, you can use regular milk in yours. Yeah, and if you haven't guessed what we're making sausage and milk gravy. And that's something I'm going to do with my leftover biscuits that I made yesterday. my butter biscuits. Because I got 6 butter biscuits still left. I mean, look at that. Isn't that something? Cut that open. Sometimes I think those biscuits are better the second day after you make them. Get that to going and get it hot. And some of you may question my coffee cup. But I started drinking it in these little jars with the handle, and I love drinking my coffee out of them. I mean, I can pop it in the microwave and reheat it if it gets cold on me. And I guess you can most cups, but our gravy's thickening up. And for those of you that have never made sausage with milk gravy before to serve over biscuits, you can see it's so easy. It's the easiest thing in the world to make. When it starts thickening up, just gradually add a little bit more milk. Because we don't want it too thick, but we don't want it runny either. We want a nice creamy gravy. Try my coffee. Ooh, it's hot. Oh, that's good. I think I've made this dish on a video before, but not with butter biscuits. I haven't. It was about a year ago, I think. Now I keep that little bit of milk on hand because as it finishes cooking and it cools off, it'll thicken up. And if I wanted to reheat it, I would add a little bit of milk, not water. And turn that off. Take my biscuits that I sliced in half. That's just one biscuit, y'all. There you go. Sausage with milk gravy. Don't that look good? It's too hot, I know, to even think about eating. Dear Lord, bless this food I'm about to eat. Bless all the YouTubers out there watching. Bless all the people that are affected by the tsunami. Just watch over everybody, Lord. Bless this food I'm about to eat. Amen. I mean, look at this. Y'all take the first bite. I don't want to hold it over toward the camera. It's liable to drop. But y'all take the first bite. One thing it needs is a little bit of salt and pepper. I usually put it in the gravy when I'm cooking it. It's not even coming out. I need to buy me some more salt, y'all. My container's almost empty. Oh, I just got it all over the stove. The pepper, that is. It wasn't salt. But oh my God, you can't eat no better than this for breakfast, y'all. That is a winning breakfast. Look at that. Don't that look good? Sausage, milk gravy poured over biscuit. Fresh homemade butter biscuits. Can't beat it, y'all. Please like, share, and subscribe to my videos, and I'll see you on the next one. Love y'all. Bye now.